What's going on, everybody? Chris Meaney here of FTN, checking in with a few prize picks to consider on this Thursday, April 1st, opening day in Major League Baseball. Super Jazz. It's finally here. Lots of action over at PrizePicks.com. You can mix and match across all the sports that you love. Our Prize Picks Discord chat is absolutely lit with great advice. Free articles over at ftndaily.com every day as well. I wanted to talk to you guys about a few baseball picks that I like today. And if you're just new to Prize Picks, check them out, prizepicks.com. Use the promo code FTN, a 100% first deposit match when you use that, all the way up to $100. Okay, so let's get after it. As I mentioned, tons of action over at prizepicks.com. You can mix and match across all the sports that you love. They have the player point totals here. We have single stats for pitchers, and as well as strikeout props for pitchers. So there's lots of action, as I mentioned. The guy that stands out to me, and you're going to have to get it early, it's an early game, is Jose Ramirez at 8 fantasy points. I'm going to take the over there. Ramirez led baseball with 8 home runs against lefties last season. He hit .386 against Southpaws and cashed in with a .563 WOBA, which was the third best mark in all of baseball. He's up against Matthew Boyd today, who coughed up 15 home runs last season. He's allowed 54 bombs over his last 2 years. He enters 2021 with a 45% fly ball rate for his career. It looks like the wind is blowing straight out to center in Detroit. Not a great sign. You see Miguel Cabrera there at 4.5. I take the under on that as well, up against Shane Bieber. And I mentioned the strikeout props. Bieber is sitting there at 8K up against the Tigers, who struck out more than anybody against right-handed pitching last year. 28% against righties, and overall 27%, both marks number one in all of baseball. So maybe the under on Miggy, the over on 8K for Bieber, and the over for Jose Ramirez, 8 fantasy points. That is my favorite of the three, Jose Ramirez. Continuing to look here at some of the options, of course, you see the Dodger guys there, Mookie Betts, Cody Bellinger. Mookie Betts is at 10, Bellinger's at 9. I have a lot of respect for German Marquez. He's a great pitcher, but, what we know about pitchers in Colorado, not great. You look at the home and away splits last year, 5.68 ERA at home for Marquez, 2.06 on the road. Same thing in 2019, 6.26 ERA at home, 3.67 on the road. The Dodgers have the highest team implied total here. Not breaking any news. They're likely going to score some runs in Colorado. If it's not today, all weekend long. So consider Mookie Betts and Cody Bellinger. And Manny Machado stands out to me. He's probably actually my second favorite on the board when it comes to hitters. Up against Madison Bumgarner tonight. Machado, 289 average for his career against lefties. He hit .318 with a 400 WOBA and a 154 WRC plus against Southpaws last season. His 5 bombs against lefties were just 3 behind Jose Ramirez for the league lead, and his 13 bombs in 2019 against lefties were inside the top 10 in baseball. You look at Bumgarner, a lot of tread on the tires, right? Over the past couple years, his fly ball rate has increased in each of the past couple years, 41% over the last 2 seasons, and his hard hit rate has climbed in each of the past 3 seasons, 44% in 2020. The final guy I like here is a game a little bit later on between the Astros and the A's. You got Alex Bregman up against Chris Bassett, and Bassett, 81% contact rate for his career. You look at last season, seemed like a pretty good year, right? 2.29 ERA, but the xFIP was flirting with 4.49, that in 63 innings. He was very dominant at home. It's a great pitcher's park, and Bregman he's a great hitter overall. A lot more success against lefties than righties, but 27 of his past 45 bombs have come against right-handed pitching. So I like the Astros going up against a pitcher who gives up a lot of contact, doesn't strike a lot of guys out, has issues with command, and that Astros team, it seems like there's a lot of swing and miss in their lineup, but they also have a lot of guys at the top of the order who can make some contact. So if a couple guys get on base, maybe a few RBI opportunities for Alex Bregman. Use that promo code FTN and check out ftndaily.com for all the free picks, and make sure you use that promo code over at prizepicks.com. Enjoy the baseball today. We'll be back tomorrow. Cheers.